Announcing this is where this entrepreneur life started, because being a flight attendant, I had so much time. I put myself in so much mess. It was crazy. And I'm going to tell you about these different companies. And I'm going to do my best to go from when I decided to go into this world of entrepreneur life onto the present and what I'm doing today. Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to Dr. Pamela's Entrepreneurs. As I talk about the things I've done over some time, I kind of wanted to write and show you some things I've done. Like, this is my list that I have done over 15, 20. I've done a lot of businesses as an entrepreneur. And I wanted to talk about this life that I did as a entrepreneur, because I was working since I've been 15. And I worked a job starting out, of course, at 15. Then I got with the company as went to college, got my degree. And when I came out of college, during my time, that really was very hard to find jobs. It really wasn't easy. And I went on and decided to just be a flight attendant. So I didn't even use my degree. I went right into applying for all kinds of jobs at that time. They were really, really doing a lot of hiring in the, I'm not going to tell you I'll tell you the years, y'all know my age. But I started as a flight attendant, and it's a stressful job. Being a flight attendant is not bad. Now, prior to that, I was a model. I modeled from the age of 8 till I was about, I'll say 28. And so I did some modeling for some years. And I then, like I said, became a flight attendant. But during that time, as a flight attendant, once you really are there for some years, you have more days off than you can imagine compared to a 9 to 5, because of course we can only fly so many hours, do so many things. We can't really do a whole lot of flying and everything. So I was able to do something else. And this is where this entrepreneur life started, because being a flight attendant, I had so much time. I put myself in so much mess. It was crazy. And I'm going to tell you about these different companies. And I'm going to do my best to go from when I decided to go into this world of entrepreneur life onto the present and what I'm doing today. So I started out, again, as a flight attendant and a model. And I decided, I want to do something else. This is not enough. I got to do something else. So I got my certification as a nail technician. And so I was doing nails, and I also got my license to do massages. So I was doing massages and nails in my early years of beginning to deciding I'm going to go on my own. Now understand, those type of businesses that I'm going into, most of them I'm going into will involve just me, and some will involve employee. And I'll let you know which one those are. So I was then, understand, I'm only telling you about the businesses that I started but still was working a job. So here's the thing about why you want to be working a job when you jump into certain things as an entrepreneur. Until you have the money in your bank account to jump out and start a business, stay with the job until that job gives you the funds that you need to jump out there on your own. Now, once you get those funds, then I would say, hey, go jump into. Then I'll say, okay, just go jump right in and let the job go. But I went on and stayed because, of course, I was getting free flying. I wasn't going to give that up, so I kept mine. Guys, make sure you all subscribe. Continue to subscribe. Get that notification bell on. And make sure you stay a part of Dr. Pamela's Entrepreneurs. Because this information I'm going to give that's going to help you be the greatest entrepreneur you want to be. And get into a business that's going to really truly help you. So let's go. Let's keep on diving into this. So then I went from doing those 2 jobs. And I did those for some time. Okay. Then I decided I was ready to be a mother. So I'm going to leave a city that I think is not progressing well for me as a mother of where I want to be living. So I decided I'm going to go to move back home. So I moved back home and I end up getting married. And prior to that, I was starting, when I moved back, I said, oh, I got to have my own house. I need my own place. And I bought me a place, okay? But it was so easy because I had a higher than 800 score. I had these credit cards. Oh, my gosh. During that time, I mean, money was just flowing. You could get money easily. In the 90s, it was easy to get money. 2000s, early 2000s, it was easy to get money. And that's why the crash happened, because it was so easy to get money to buy things and do things. You know, your score was different. It wasn't as harsh. You didn't have a whole lot of debt because they weren't giving you too much in the first place. Hello. So anyway, but so I decided I'm going to start buying property. So by the time I got married, I was on my 2nd property. And then I kept going, and I would say I had a great real estate agent, because she kept bringing me these properties. And before I knew it, I looked around, I had 75 properties and more. I'm like, what did just happen? It's like, what the heck is going on? I got all these properties all of a sudden, right? But I was shaking and moving. So because I was massing so many properties, I started a property management company. And because I started a property management company, I had to hire employees, okay? I had to hire people to help me run these properties. And that's when I started another business, created another LLC, and then I got a brick and mortar office, and I had to hire employees. So a property management company is going to involve hiring people, because you're managing not just your properties, but other people's properties too. So I decided to create that business. So I'm now a real estate owner, plus I have a property management company. But guess what? I'm still a flight attendant. Like, what are you doing? In the midst of that, I got married now, and I started a trucking company. And if you go to my website, you'll see that I was the first Black American woman to start the trucking company. But of course, they want to put somebody else, and it's not true. It was me. I just wasn't giving them my real age. But anyway, so I had a trucking company, and I really actually was giving that part of the business to him, because I got the other ones going on, the real estate, property, and I'm still a flight attendant. So then the truck company came in, and now I'm running these three major businesses. These are 3 major businesses, because you got to remember, with my real estate, I've had to hire and make sure I have a plumber, electrician, I got to have a carpentry. I got to have all those things for that going on. Lawn care. So that's one major side of the business. Then I got the property management, managing the tenants, managing the properties, and then I started managing other people's properties. So that involved a lot, okay? Then I decided it's time for me to kind of slow it down, because I had massed quite a bit. And then, hold and behold, I get a divorce. So because of that, I had to divide what we had, or I had to give it up. And I, in actuality, end up giving it up, because during my divorce, my brother was murdered. And that caused me to go into depression. And that's why if you go onto one of my other pages, I talk about relationships. And in that, I talk about depression and how to handle and deal with depression. And it caused me to back up, slow up, think about what I was doing. And because I went through that depression, my flight attendant job put me on leave. And this is where it began. This is where it got juicy, and I started doing these entrepreneur businesses. All break loose. And this is how I became the serial entrepreneur. The first thing happened is I started a home cleaning service that I wanted to start cleaning maid service, because I started getting friends coming to me saying, "Oh, Pamela, help me. I need to make extra money. I'm having, money issues. Help me out, help me out, help me out." So I went on, started that business. Now understand, when I mean say start a business, I didn't just start a business and say, "Oh, I'm going to go and do this." I started the business where I end up creating the LLC. I created the EI. I got my EIN number, which is free. All these things are not hard to do. I had a office number. I had everything that would put that particular business in a place of business. Now, understand, those other businesses that I have, they all have a business. Remember, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, it's not just saying, "Oh, I do hair and that's it." You have to create yourself to be an entrepreneur, meaning you have to know, you have to set yourself as a business. You have to know that what you do is a business. This is not for play. It's a business, okay? So now I decided to create this for other people. So I had other employees. Now I'm going to go over and decide I'm going to become a phone operator. Well, let's roll back. I decided to start selling adult entertainment products. It started getting big in the early 2000s, where women were out there selling products to each other to help with their relationship, to help with their loneliness, or to help be more sexual. And it became really big, that it was what women really wanted. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to come back, because that one right there was a doozy. Look, I'm gonna come back and do part two, because I don't want to make the videos too long, and I got some more to talk about on these rest of the jobs I did. Now you see, that was a doozy, being a phone sex operator and selling adult entertainment. Ooh, there's a lot of business out here you can do to become an entrepreneur. So please continue to make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment. I appreciate you coming here, being a part of the entrepreneur life with Dr. Pamela Entrepreneurs. Okay, we will be back.